let's see, I must have been about 7. And I asked my mother how I observed animals mating.
Uh-huh.
And they each do it a little differently, chickens and cows and horses, and that's pretty impressive. Didn't see that because we had 2 female horses.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know how humans mated.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember I was laying with Mother in her bed, how the bed faced and where the windows were and all the stuff, real strong memory coming with. And she was very well simplified. And I said, Mother, I want to know how humans do that. Now, I had never seen my father undressed. Never. The physical anatomy of a male.
Mm-hmm.
I lived very isolated at that time on this big farm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any brothers. I was 7 or 8.
Okay.
And so she told me. And I was horrified. Absolutely horrified. In fact, up until that point, I always wanted another younger brother or sister. Because, my sisters were my only childhood friends.
Because you lived on this farm.
A farm, and quite isolated from other children. And I thought it would be nice to have another. Besides, I like babies, and I just thought that would be so wonderful. And I can remember thinking, I sure don't want them to do that again.
So did she tell you in pretty, because you asked pretty emphatically, did she tell you in a fair amount of detail?
Yeah. She tried not to, but I really wanted to know. But my reaction was that I didn't want that to happen again. And then I remember being at my grandparents', and I remember where I went. They had a lane, as they called it. I was standing there, and I thought, not only did my parents do that, my grandparents did. And that my mother was an infant at some point. And it went even further back. And there was all that time that they lived and I wasn't. And I felt sort of a sense of grief that I wasn't there. And then I thought that there will be generations to come from me that won't know me. But it didn't seem any worse than I having missed the ones that I knew about. As far as grief, it wasn't a grief experience. But I can remember it was such an overwhelming thought to me that I sat down on the driveway and sort of got a stick and played in the sandy kind of the earth. It was just so overwhelming that I put that all together.